morning, football fans, and happy day after Christmas. Merry, happy day after Christmas. You know, fun stuff, right? Hopefully all of you had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas yesterday. A very Merry Christmas to all the wonderful things that you wanted because, well, let's see if our football fans out there got what they wanted, right? This was a fun day. We had ourselves a Merry Christmas all around, right? Like you said, who's in first. But you happen to root for a specific team, and you are not a Lion or a Chief or a Commander. Maybe your Christmas is a little bit better. We'll be getting into those NFL Christmas Day games coming on up today. And then in just about an hour and a half, we have ourselves another bowl game starting. We got 3 more today. And then Teran and I will be back tomorrow morning. We got all kinds of test stuff coming your way. Today we have the Game Above Sports Bowl. It should be a lot of fun. The Rate Bowl and the Serve Pro First Responders Bowl coming on up today. So that's some really good ones here. At least one of them for sure is going to be, we're hoping, a really good one. And then, of course, don't forget about that good old bowl in Hawaii, man. The Hawaii Bowl, that was probably my all-time favorite bowl for sure of at least this season, maybe even the last couple of seasons, because, man, that was a fun one. So we'll get into all of that today. How did Hawaii come back? How did they survive that thing? They were down 21-0 at one point during that game. Yeah, so we got all that coming up today, a little more, and then, of course, we'll send it off into tomorrow. Today's going to be a short show. Obviously not a lot to talk about, but Teran and I want to keep it rolling, keep it nice, crisp, and then not have a million bowls to talk about every show we come back. So, Christmas tree is lit. We even got Blue back here chilling, hanging out about the back of the couch. And, of course, my boy Teran's in the house. We're going to have ourselves a great party today, guys. So, again, welcome to the day after Christmas edition of 3 and Out right here on Ice Radio, Georgia. Raw. Welcome, all you diehard football fans out there. Good day to you all. And of course, late Merry Christmas if we didn't see you on our last show on Tuesday. But here we are today. Like I said, today's going to be kind of a quickie, but it's going to be a fun one. Let's get ready for it. To do that, of course, I got to bring on my dude, man. Of course, is Ice Sports Radio Hall of Famer. And my, like I said, honored to call him a great friend of mine. And on top of that, host of Set Point. We'll catch him doing all things volleyball Monday evenings, getting ready. Just finish off the women's college season, get ready for the men's college season. Again, congratulations to Texas A&M. At least they did something good, because in football. With that said, you guys, bringing on my guy, SoCal Insider, Mr. Teran Rodriguez. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, Larry. Great to be on, and hope you had a Merry Christmas, Larry, and hope everyone had a great holiday.
Man, thank you very much, sir. Hope we definitely did a lot of fun, enjoyed family. We really had a good time yesterday, and you too, good sir. Hopefully, I hope you had all of you. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. Did Justin come back?
Yes.
Sweet. Well, that's awesome, man. Glad that he came, and you guys were enjoying the family. And obviously, ladies and gentlemen, that's Teran's older brother, who's been on lots of his shows for lots of years. So appreciate you, man. Again, Merry Christmas. Thank you. My big thing is thank you, man. Appreciate you so much for being a part of this thing. Teran has been with this station for basically the entirety of its existence. Well, not the entirety, but a long time, and has delivered a lot to our station. So if I got to say anything, Teran's gift to the station is just being a part of it, because he's the man. So appreciate you, Teran. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Larry. Appreciate that. It means a lot.
Yeah, of course, brother. But definitely, and I mean it, man. I mean every word. So All right. Well, with that said, today we don't got a whole bunch of time. We got like legit like 45 minutes from now, which is kind of cool because it's a short show. It's a fun one. It's kind of a sporadic one. I mean, it's not we planned it, but anyway, let's do it, guys. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. No commercials or anything like that. Check out our awesome sponsor, Planet Jerky, Premium Biscuit Beef Jerky. The jerky that's on a whole other planet. Give them a follow right there at Planet Jerky. These guys are awesome. Appreciate them. Of course, Vital Apparel. Show them some love, man. Supporting mental health. Supporting mental health and wellness. And of course, check out their awesome gym apparel. And you can follow us at TikTok, YouTube, and X, IA Sports Radio. And Instagram is back. And oh, yeah, guess what, guys? Website, be looking. Be looking. It's not too far away now. We're getting it back up. So, salute to you, Mr. Marcus Lowe's Great. Merry Christmas to you as well, sir. Everybody in the chat, we appreciate you guys. Teran, we got a lot to talk about. Actually, we don't. We don't have a lot to talk about. But we have a little bit to talk about in a little bit of time. So let's do it, Teran. We're going to start things off. We actually ended off again on Tuesday morning was our last show that we had.
Yep.
10 o'clock. Then we rushed on in to the, where was it at? The Bushes Boca Raton Bowl. That was a fun one, was it, Teran?
Oh, yeah.
So let's do it, man. Let's go ahead and talk about this game. Because it was actually pretty good. We were finishing right as we were getting off air. The game was starting as we were getting off air. So, all righty, and let's get our banner up and get ready for some FBS talk, you guys. So, here we go. Let's do it. So, this was crazy. Louisville survived a wild fourth quarter and a furious Toledo comeback to claim a 27-22 win in the Boca Raton Bowl, finishing 9-4 on the season. Quarterback Miller Moss, again, we know this guy from USC. It's Aaron. We both think he did dirty. He threw for 2 touchdown passes and managed the game efficiently, while Isaac Brown provided the knockout punch with a pair of rushing scores, including a 53-yard burst late into the fourth quarter. So Toledo refused to go quietly. The Rockets scored 19 points in the fourth quarter, which is absolutely insane. Blocked an extra point and returned it for 2, and pulled within 5 after Chip Trayanum's, I believe how you say his name, a late touchdown run. So a sideline attraction, special teams chaos, and multiple momentum swings turned the final minutes into pure bowl season madness. This game was nuts, man. And Louisville ultimately iced the game by running out the clock, holding off Toledo's late surge. But that was a pretty good one. So, Darren, what are your thoughts on that game, man?
Yeah, it was a rather interesting game. I didn't think Louisville would need to go down to the wire. I thought they would control this game throughout most of the way, just because, well, Louisville's been battle tested, and it took Toledo 3 quarters to actually get their offense going. Yeah. And thankfully for Louisville, they had a little bit more in the tank to withstand Toledo. So credit to Toledo. I think they were under the radar. I think everyone underestimated them. Whereas for Louisville, I think they kind of were a little too big for their britches. And thankfully they had a fourth quarter surge to prevent Toledo from rallying back. So a great win, though Miller Moss could have been, Miller Moss was serviceable today. The big hero was Keyshawn Brown, who was just outstanding on the ground for the Cardinals.
No, really, man. Dude was insane. And I know, just really quick, man, I don't want to get too much into this, but, man, Miller Moss is special, man. He's a good player. He's got a lot there, and I'm bummed out he's no longer at SC. Again, we did think he got done pretty dirty. It's not that we don't like. I don't know. Look, Malva's cool and all, but I guess, damn it, like we lost a special player with him. We did, because Miller Moss
did him no favors.
No, yeah, it's true. It's a bummer, it really is. I like him a lot. I think he's a great athlete, and he's gonna do good things over there at Louisville, man. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if he's an NFL guy. We're still trying to see that and everything. But when it comes down to it, man, he's a competitor, and I like Miller Moss a lot. So let's see what he, because he's a what? He's a junior now?
Yeah.
He's a junior, right? So, okay. So I haven't heard anything yet. I know.
Actually, no. According to ESPN, he's a senior.
He's a senior. My apologies. Okay. I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens, man.
It feels like he's still a junior, because we didn't get to see him too much at USC.
It's a bummer, man. We'll see where he ends up. I don't know. We'll see where he ends up going and playing football. Hopefully he does. I don't know if that's it for him or whatnot, but overall, just a great guy, man. Just a great athlete, and I like him a lot. So congratulations to him on winning that game with his team. And just a bummer. Good day to you, sir. Mr. Glenn Ritter jumping on in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Like I said, got a short one today. Just covering a couple bowls. So good stuff there. All right, Taryn, let's go ahead and run off here into our next bowl game. The New Orleans Bowl. This was a fun one, man. West Kentucky and Southern Miss delivered a pretty good game. This was this was pretty fun. So West Kentucky flipped the game after halftime and pulled away late to defeat Southern Miss 27-16 the New Orleans Bowl, finishing the season 9-4. So backup quarterback Maverick McIver was the turning point, coming off the bench to engineer 3 second half touchdown drives, including a short rushing score that tied the game in the third quarter. Southern Miss led 13-6 at halftime behind City kicking and early touchdown passes. But Western Kentucky's defense, man, they tightened in the fourth quarter. George Hart III punched in the go-ahead score before Mavis Parrish iced it with a 54-yard touchdown run. Despite outgaining West Kentucky in the air, turnovers and stalled drives proved costly for the Golden Eagles as the Hilltoppers closed strong in the Superdome. That was a pretty good game, dude.
Yeah, I'll give it to Southern Miss. They really performed well. I didn't think they would make this too much of a game, but they were up at halftime, and then Western Kentucky finally got everything together. So I think for Western Kentucky, their offense was kind of efficient. They turned the ball over 3 times, but they had over 400 yards of offense altogether. So I think for the Hilltoppers, it's a nice little feather in their cap, but Southern Miss can definitely grow on this for the near future. I'm just a little surprised Southern Miss had a lead, and they were actually leading in the third quarter going into the fourth. But then Western Kentucky realized, oh, wait, we're actually pretty good at this whole football thing. So I think for Western Kentucky, they were able to do that.
Me too. I think West Kentucky had this game, but overall it was solid. Really, 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 really good game. I love seeing the back and forth. It was good. It was a good game. Overall, New Orleans Bowl did not disappoint. That was one of the games I really enjoyed. So was the Boca Raton Bowl. Both of them were really, really, really good. So, Taryn, let's get to another game. This was actually like, oh man, this was a fun one. I truly enjoyed. I enjoyed all those games on Tuesday, but man, this one was fun. We're gonna talk about the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. Man, this was a good one. So Ohio leaned on a physical ground game and timely defense to knock off UNLV 17-10 in the Frisco Bowl, finishing the season at 9-4. So say Bangura was the difference, pounding out 149 rushing yards and 23-yard touchdown that gave the Bobcats control early in the second half. We talked about him, and UNLV struggled to find rhythm. They did, honestly. Okay, they did, but they didn't, because it was still a close game, but they struggled to find rhythm. They settled for a third quarter field goal before Anthony Calandria capped off a fourth quarter drive with a short rushing touchdown to pull within 7. Ohio answered by bleeding the clock and adding a critical goal to seal it. The Bobcats defense forced turnovers and limited big plays when it mattered most. So overall, solid game. It really could have gone either way, in my opinion, but it was a fun one. What do you think?
Yeah, Ohio really utilized the run game well. They really held UNLV in check throughout 3 quarters in terms of its offense. Like UNLV just could not get anything going, and that's just a big surprise. Just because I thought UNLV was better than that, and heck, Ohio's offense as a whole was just efficient. Yeah, they turned the ball over 3 times, but the fact that they had 350 yards of offense was still pretty impressive, and they were up 14-0 at one point. So I just felt that UNLV just couldn't get into a rhythm, which is pretty sucky if you ask me, because I thought UNLV was better than that. So I think for Ohio, this just goes to show that the MAC is just absolutely underrated, and maybe we're overselling the Mountain West Conference just because I get it, UNLV was in a 4-way tie for first place, and they made the Mountain West Conference championship. Yeah. But there's a reason why Boise State beat UNLV, because I bet you they did the same thing as Ohio did as well.
Yeah, man. And I mean, this is going to show you too, not to go too much longer on this game, but damn it, money talks, BS walks, right? That's what we
Mm-hmm.
always say, Darren. And I hate to say it, I really do. I hate saying that because Barry Odom, man, I loved him. The guy was great, and look what he did at UNLV. Look what he did, man. I mean, he got it done. He got the Rebels to back-to-back Mountain West championship. Like, they did really well 23, 24, and defensive guru, well, defensive guy. And look what happens. I mean, they're going to throw some money at him, and there he goes off to Purdue. Again, good for him. He's going to go where the money is. I agree. I mean, I love it. Um, Purdue was Purdue this year. But I mean, that's it. He's moving up and everything. But it just sucks because you kind of would like him to stay. You would love to see him stay and continue his success at UNLV and make them a power program. But these coaches move up the ladder and they go to these bigger schools, and that's it. They leave these guys in the dust, and UNLV, they were on their way, and it was a special couple of years, and then that's it. So it kind of sucks, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all for moving up like the Jeffersons, but it just, kind of sucks when that happens, because it's like Barry Odom, man. What 10 years at UNLV would have done? Like, this guy could have really done a lot there. He had recruiting. Bishop Gorman's right freaking there. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, these guys were really, I don't know, man. It sucks. I just, I really wish that, I don't know. Wish these smaller schools have more money or something. I don't know. I mean, whatever. I don't say, but all right, Darren. So then the very next day, Christmas Eve, boy, if you were not watching this game, well, it's Christmas Eve. You were with family. That's okay. But if you were doing nothing and you were not watching this game, shame on you. I'm sorry. This game was too good, man. Hawaii delivered one of the wildest finishes of bowl season, erasing a 21-0. Yeah, 21-point deficit to stun Cal 35-31 in Honolulu. The Rainbow Warriors trailed 21-0 early before steadily chipping away, leaning on Michael Alejado, who threw for 3 touchdowns in a relentless passing attack that wore Cal down but late in the game. Very good game. Whoops, lost my place. There we go. Cal reclaimed the lead with under 2 minutes remaining in a short Jason Keu Sagabotelli. Again, Taryn, you got to pronounce that one again, but touchdown run. But Hawaii answered with ice in their veins. Backup quarterback Drew Weaver engineered a clutch final drive and fired a 22-yard touchdown to Nick Senecal with 10 seconds left to seal the comeback. This game was dramatic, emotional, and a signature victory for Hawaii on its home turf. Dude, that was a great football game.
Absolutely. Coming back from a 21-point deficit was just unheard of. And you have to remember that Hawaii actually had an interim coach. So I said their head coach was coaching his last game, but I guess his last game came in the regular season. So Hawaii just really you can't script this any better. I think this was Hawaii's first Hawaii Bowl since 2020 or the 2021. Either way, it had been a while since the Bows had been in a Hawaii Bowl, and the fact that they pulled off that victory, you can't script this any better. So it was just outstanding, and I knew Hawaii was capable of competing because they strut their stuff against San Diego State. They really performed well in the Mountain West Conference. They already beat an ACC team in Stanford, so I think for Hawaii, they truly showed that this was indeed their house. So. And all I gotta say is, Akai Elua Aloha. Pack it up.
I love it.
Give Hawaii the win.
I love it. Well, Teran covers, I'm telling you, man, their men's volleyball team is pretty top notch. And obviously, it's pretty cool. Teran spent some time covering the Rainbow Warriors, and obviously knows a thing or two about their football program. And, I mean, again, Hawaii is historically, they've been okay. But again, like UNLV, like you just want to see these teams that are a little bit lower than everybody else get a little higher. Maybe it'll happen. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a coach that wants to stay. But then again, I know it's no fault to anybody. You got to chase down that money, man. So it happens. But bummer. But same exact time, it happens, right? So All right, Taryn. Well, we will get back to bowl season in just a little bit because we got some games coming on today. But we had a couple games yesterday that were pretty fun. Oh, Blue's back for this one. She's ready to talk some NFL, man. Let's do this. Yesterday, we had 3 football games that were pretty fun. Well, hey, look, we enjoyed family. We had a great time. We really had a good time yesterday. Had some delicious food. Everything was great. But you better believe, Taryn, that these 3 games were on all day long, and some basketball too. But dude, this was a pretty crazy day. Christmas Day. Cowboys Commanders started off in our nation's capital. The Dallas Cowboys jumped out early, but and never let go, earning a 30-23 road win over the Washington Commanders on Christmas Day. Dak Prescott threw for 307 yards and 2 touchdowns, including a 86-yard strike to Kevontae Turpin, while Dallas controlled possession and answered every Washington surge. So Ja'Cory Krosky merits 2 touchdowns. It kept the Commanders close. It's pretty cool, and Clinton Portis jumped on too. He busted for like 70 when Clinton Portis jumped on to talk to the guys on the stream, but it was pretty cool. But Dallas, their offense sealed it. They sealed it late with a clock-killing drive and clutch kicks, and overall, man, the Cowboys were the better team, but I don't think they're that great because the Commanders, nothing to lose. You guys see guys like Deebo Samuel today playing really, really hard. It was a great game. Overall, though, Dallas won this thing. It's not like it's going to do anything for them. But hey, rivalries are fun, right? Good game.
Yeah, and I can't believe Josh Johnson still has it. But
I know.
You mentioned Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, a.k.a. Bill. He was fantastic. I mean, he's had some flashes of brilliance. I think he's going to make himself a household name for this Commanders run game. But look, Dallas's offense has just been on its A game throughout most of the season. I think last week against the Chargers, it didn't do any justice just because the Chargers defense has been really on one ever since the bye week. So I think for the Cowboys, this was just another feather in their cap, and just another Dak Prescott had himself a nice little game. And then for the Commanders, it's just been that type of year. Just got to prepare for next year and make sure you keep Jaden Daniels protected, as he had a sophomore slump, obviously.
Oh, seriously, man, poor guy, and you hate to see it, the injury and everything too. But it's rough go, man, overall. But yeah, it sucks. What sucks the most about this is the fact that I don't know, man. I wanted to see the Commanders build on last year. And, it's like a freaking one-hit wonder, man. They suck again. No, we suck again. So anyways, it sucks, man. So okay, well after that we had another good game, and this one, if he's still in the chat, our very own Glenn Ritter really enjoyed this game. But our very own Marquise, our new Detroit or new Lions insider, probably didn't like this game very much. It was fun. It was a fun one, but rough game here for Detroit. So this was game number 2. The Minnesota Vikings delivered a statement win on Christmas, overpowering the Detroit Lions 23-10 with a dominant defensive performance. That ended Detroit's playoff hopes. Another team that just falls apart. Detroit and Washington were the darlings last year of the NFC, and now they're just back to whatever you want to call it. All right, Minnesota forces 6 turnovers and recorded 5 sacks, completely disrupting Jared Goff and the Lions offense. Aaron Jones opened the scoring. Will Rochard drilled 4 field goals. Jordan Addison's 65-yard touchdown ran up that score, man. Put the game really just iced it. Put it on ice, man. Put this thing up late, and the Vikings controlled the tempo pretty much from start to finish. Kind of a bummer for the Lions. You did want to see them, unless you're a Vikings fan, you did want to see them do better. But it just wasn't their year. Dan Campbell and the kneecaps that's it. It's over. Next week you play, and then that's it. But Taryn, I don't know, man. On one sideline, just smiles and upsets and happy, and the other one gets bitter disappointment.
Yeah. Unfortunately for the Lions, they just had one of those clunker games. They had 6 turnovers, which you cannot have. Jared Goff was under pressure throughout most of the game. And here's the crazy thing about this game: the Vikings beat the Lions, even though they had three net passing yards. You can't
What the
script
hell?
that. You cannot script this. You just can't. So, and that Jordan Aston touchdown run, that was actually the longest run of the game.
Oh my gosh.
Before yeah, it was longest run of the game. And before that, the Vikings didn't even have 100 yards of offense altogether. So the fact that the Vikings wound up winning that game against the Lions shows that the Lions were just on the struggle bus. I know their offensive line was beaten up, but look at the Chargers. An NFL personality kind of made note of that. They said, well, the Chargers made no excuses when it came to their O line. And look at them. They have 11 wins. They've punched their ticket to the playoffs. So I think for the Lions, yeah, it was one of those tough seasons. They lost a few one-score games, but honestly, I think the Lions will be back. I mean, yeah, I think for this upcoming future, though, they're gonna have to make some decisions and make some trades and whatnot. So,
Yeah, it's rough, man, and you hit it on the head. Dan Campbell, he's not that team's not going to go anywhere, but it's just the sheer fact that it's rough because of how good they were last year. That's the hard part for me.
yeah,
And seeing this team that we're not used to seeing up there, it was really fun. But as of right now, I mean, both them, the Commanders, freaking hit reverse. They shifted into reverse real fast, and it sucks, again for their fans. But at the end of the day, rivals definitely loved it, and the Vikings knew. The Vikings this year, I don't understand this team. They weren't even near their full potential, but they knew it, and they knew, hey, if we're not going, neither are you, and that was pretty cool. So good game yesterday overall. Vikings played one of their better games, but too little, too late for them. And if the Lions wanted any chance at that playoff, well, too little, too late now. So sucks is what it is, but what a game. What a second game on Christmas. Really fun one. And then we have Thursday night football, which delivered. This one was fun because this was just really the changing of the guard. It really was. It just goes to show you the Chiefs, they're already eliminated, but even the fight, I think, it's just over. It's just over. Am I saying that they're not going to come back next year? No, that's Andy Reid. Let's not be crazy here. Okay. But I will say this season, the fight's gone. Your quarterback's gone. Kelsey's just not having a good year. That offensive line is also struggling right now. On defense, I feel like, oh my gosh, man, on defense, it's like I want to say that they're still that strong unit because they still are pretty good. But when I feel like Chris Jones is the only dude that's like, I'm looking at the Chiefs defense right now, and they remind me of the Raiders. How it's just Crosby out there. It's just Crosby. That's what it looks like. Everybody else is out there, but it's just literally looks like it's Crosby who's actually like going hard. And that's not a diss to the rest of the defense, even though it kind of is. But I don't know, man. I feel like Chris Jones is out there just playing his heart out. Yeah, I mean, there's solid play from everybody else, but and yesterday they showed it. Defense was okay, but I don't know, man. Again, I just feel like the Chiefs, the steam is gone, and now that Mahomes is gone, it's definitely so maybe they're in screw up mode. I don't know, but even if you're in screw up mode, I don't think they're gonna this fan base, this team, they're too proud to lose at home, especially on a nationally televised game, especially on a nationally televised game on Christmas Day. So honestly, I think they just got beat. That's what happened. They weren't tanking or anything like that. They just got beat. Um, Rough go, but the Denver Broncos closed out Christmas with a statement win, knocking off Kansas City 20-13 at Arrowhead to finish the regular season. Well, not finish the regular season, but to uh, continue their season. One more week to go. They're at 13-3 right now and secure the AFC West crown. That's what they did do. Well, kind of. They did, right, Teran? I mean,
no, they didn't. If so, if the Chargers lose tomorrow, then the Broncos get the AFC West crown. If the Chargers win tomorrow, then the Broncos have to win next week against the Chargers in Week 18. So
okay. That's the That's the little play. Teran is really good at the scenarios, so every year I just let him have those.
I try
He's
to
like,
be.
no, yeah, Teran is great at those. Me, I'm trying to keep all this together and everything, but Teran's like, I got you with the scenarios. So good old Teran, appreciate you, man. So there you go. So there, it's almost there. Okay, they almost got that AFC West crown. But then again, the Chargers are super good too. So it's going to be a fight between those two. Really excited for that. So we'll see who it is, man. So they did not secure the crown, but they're really close. They still may not get it because those Chargers are honestly, I think, the better team. But Bo Nix delivered in clutch. He really did. Scoring on a short rushing touchdown before firing the go-ahead touchdown pass to RJ Harvey with what was it, 145, I think, to go in this game.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, it was in the
a little
2
bit
minute
later.
warning,
Yeah.
past 2 minutes.
Denver's defense controlled the game, and they held Kansas City to just 139 total yards and winning time possession after nearly 19 minutes. So that's crazy, man. I mean, by nearly 19 minutes, they freaking control the time possession. So overall, even though the score was close, though, Denver really did run this thing, and it was just a Denver night in Arrowhead. How about this game, Darren?
You hit the nail on the head. Time of possession was what really killed the Chiefs. And even when the Chiefs had the ball, they just couldn't really do much with it. And it's tough when you're starting a third string quarterback in Chris Oladokun.
Yeah.
But he had some plays. He gave the Chiefs a chance in the end. It's just that, unfortunately, the Broncos defense clutched up. You also know what didn't help for the Chiefs? Chris Jones being called for offsides when the Broncos went for it on 4th and 2. And I was like, I really didn't want to believe that it was offsides, but unfortunately, Chris Jones jumped, and I saw a little of that in the Chargers game when the Chiefs played them the second time around. But yeah, the Chiefs tried, and honestly, I will say this about Denver. This just kind of reinforces the fact that Denver just wins so ugly when they should win so more comfortably.
Yeah.
I get it, wins are wins, but Denver is way too good to be beating a Chiefs team which pretty much has their B team offense. Because you look at the total yards, Broncos at 303, Chiefs had only 139. Broncos doubled the offensive output in terms of yards that the Chiefs had. The Chiefs only got explosive plays based off of either big defensive plays, like there was the interception from Christian Fulton, and then there was also a big punt return at one point. So I think for the Chiefs, it was they utilized what they could utilize. They did what they could possibly do with the limited resources that they had. But Broncos, they got to really clean this up for Week 18 because if they can get away with this against a B team Chiefs team, but if they play like this against like the Texans or the Chargers or the Patriots or the Jags, I don't see the Broncos going too far.
No, me either. I'm totally with you. The Broncos have it, but they also need it, right? I mean, it's
Right?
just that thing. You got to have it. You got to have it. So right now they're close to obtaining it, but it's just not fully there either. So I'm with you. I totally agree. The Broncos have it. It's just they got to be real careful and they got to make sure they're given everything every single game because they got the potential to make a run. But that's on them. So, all righty. Well, there you go, man. NFL Christmas was fun. That was a really, really, really great day of NFL games. And man, some NBA games are really good too. So make sure you stay tuned for Fast Break. Dontarius and Davison talked about that on Sunday and said that to get ready for a really good slate of Christmas games. And there were yesterday, except for the stupid Lakers. But other than that, there was a really, yeah, I know, Taryn. We're not going to talk about them. Football. I know. Yeah, we'll let Dontarius and Davison talk about that cluster on Sunday. But great game, though. Great games on Christmas, man. Definitely fun there. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's move on back to the FBS. We only got like 15 minutes left here in the show, and we'll probably finish before that. We got 3 previews to give you, and then that is it, guys. 3 more previews, and then we'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the usual time, 10 a.m. Eastern, and we'll be covering, of course, lots of bowl games tomorrow. We got we got a whole bunch of them tomorrow. We got some bowl games. We got some, look at that, of course, the college football playoff is coming on up. We don't have any of those, but we do. We'll be getting to those games coming on. But we have some NFL games, of course, tomorrow. I'll be getting into, man, there'll be some fun ones. Texans and Chargers, obviously, Taryn. That's gonna be the one that everyone has. They're gonna have them under a magnifying glass. And then Ravens and Packers. My gosh, I want to talk about fighting for playoff lives. So that's good stuff. We got some great games tomorrow, man. So we'll be jumping on tomorrow talking about those. But before we do all that, let's talk about these three games coming up today, Taryn. So quick picks and little preview. So here we go. Game above sports ball. This is a good one here. Central Michigan, the Chippewas versus Northwestern, the Wildcats. It's going to be at Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan, coming up in about 45 minutes, actually. So Northwestern enters as a double-digit favorite behind a defense-first identity and a controlled offense approach. So led by quarterback Peyton Stone, the Wildcats want to lean on the run game with Cam Colmafe and limit mistakes. So especially indoors with Ford at Ford Field, where tempo and execution matters. So Central Michigan, meanwhile, comes in as an underdog with nothing to lose. Okay, solid game here. I mean, solid team here, but really nothing to lose. Chippewas will look to muddy the game basically with field position. Okay, they're used to these nasty dogfight kind of games, so they're going to capitalize on Northwestern's inconsistency through the air, and at least that's what I think that they're looking for. And if CMU can force turnovers and keep it close in the fourth quarter, pressure shifts early to the Wildcats. I think so. We'll see, but okay, good game. This is Big Ten versus MAC. Gonna be fun. Northwestern looks control tempo. Central Michigan is dangerous if this turns really scrappy. This is a close one for me, Taryn, and I really want to go with the scrappy, but I'm gonna take Northwestern by a hair. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Northwestern will win. I mean, Northwestern had to move mountains in order to get to the bowl game. And you got to remember, Northwestern has been battle tested in terms of the Big Ten. So I'll take the Wildcats. I don't understand why they're double digit favorites. I mean, yeah, MAC versus Big Ten. I kind of see it why. But honestly, I think Northwestern, with its defense, should be able to win an ugly game, but a convincing one.
Yeah, I agree. It should be a fun game. I'm really looking forward to seeing if this game gets scrappy because Northwestern has been pretty scrappy themselves. You're totally right. They have had to move mountains to be here. So uh, this is gonna be fun. So all right, so we're both going Northwestern, huh?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I was taking them cats, man. But hey, again, Chippewas, man, still a very strong team, and we'll see. I mean, if I don't know. I feel like if it does get scrappy, though, Central Michigan, that's exactly what they want. But Northwestern can definitely go up early, and that won't be good for them for dang sure. But should be a fun game. Really looking forward to this one coming up in about 45 minutes. Get my coffee ready on my next batch, that is, and we'll get ready for this one. So, all right. So again, North Central in the game above Sports Bowl. This should be a great one. So, okay. So next up here, we have whoops, if I don't mess that up. Okay. Got my notes. All right. Sorry. Next up, we have the Rate Bowl. This is my favorite game. This is it because I feel like this is going to be for the first time we have a team that has been historically bad versus a team who is actually pretty solid, but they're right kind of where they usually are. But I'm just excited to see this little team that could actually look a little bit better and see if they can pull this off. And even if they lose, they're here. I mean, I don't know, but the Rate Bowl, New Mexico Lobos versus the Minnesota Golden Gophers at Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. This matchup pits New Mexico's best season in years against a Minnesota team built on physicality and discipline. The Lobos rely on balance and efficiency from quarterback Jaden Lane while trying to shorten the game with the run game and limit mistakes. Definitely limit big mistakes. So Minnesota counters with size up front, defensive toughness, and a grinded out style that fits a low total. If the Gophers can control the trenches and force New Mexico into obvious passing downs, they'll have the edge. But New Mexico's confidence and momentum make this one kind of dangerous. So this is a sneaky good matchup in Phoenix. Teran, who are you taking?
I think this is a very obvious game to predict. You know, even though Minnesota has won 9 straight bowl games, which I find it hard to believe. But you know what I say to that? I'm picking New Mexico to win this one.
You're taking the Lobos. You're taking the look. You're totally right. This is a game where you can see the little team that could, right? And I'm all about those little teams. This sucks, man. I really want to take the Chippewas. I do. In my heart of hearts, I want to take the Chippewas because I think that they are the better team. And I think that they're going to probably knock down New Mexico a couple notches where they belong, or at least where, put them back down to where they were. But then again, just that's always me, Teran. You know that. Like, I just being that guy who's too short, too this, too whatever, always having to fight for that crap. Not that saying that anybody else hasn't gone through that, but I'm just saying. So I'm always for those, like the little, like more than likely being the little team that could, So I love it. I think it'd be a really fun game. But to me, I just gotta, even though I kind of feel like good old, dang it, I feel like Minnesota's gonna win this thing, but I gotta go. No matter what, I still gotta go with New Mexico. Let's see if they could win this thing, man. But yeah, I'm almost positive the Chippewas will win this. I can't help it. But again, I just gotta go with the feel good story. So should be fun.
You're picking New Mexico as well?
I'm picking New Mexico as well.
All right. Okay, another reason why I'm picking New Mexico is because they have familiarity facing the Big Ten, facing Michigan and UCLA. And then also, New Mexico doesn't have to travel too far going to Phoenix, Arizona. Minnesota kind of has to travel a little far, so I think that'll also play into a factor. So that's another reason why I'm taking New Mexico.
Okay, you know what? That's actually makes perfect sense. But man, that's a rough one. That's rough. That's tough because, well, you hit it on the head, especially the travel and everything. But I don't know. I just kind of feel like Minnesota. They're the bigger, better, but who I want to win obviously is New Mexico. So, all right, Teran. And then, of course, one more game, one more president under the tree, if you will. The Serve Pro First Responders Bowl, Florida International, taking on UTSA, the Roadrunners, at Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, Texas. So, UTSA brings explosive offense firepower and led by quarterback Owen McCown, capable of turning any possession into points. The Roadrunners thrive in space and will look to push tempo early to put pressure on FIU's defense. Florida International's path to an upset starts on, and I think it'll be an upset if they win, starts on the ground with Keon Owens, one of the most productive backs in the country if you've been living under a rock. If FIU can control possession, limit UTSA's big plays, and finish the big drives, obviously, this matchup could stay competitive deep into the second half. This is a fun one. Who you got there?
I thought I saw somewhere that UTSA was going to be having a bunch of its players out.
Oh, that's no fun.
You know what? Just because I initially picked this one, I'm going to go with FIU.
And you know what? FIU, good team. It's true. I'm loving this back. I think he's strong. We're getting some. Hey, what's going on, our boy Brian Francione? So yeah, no. It should be a great game. From start to finish. I think this will probably be this. The first one today should be fun. Second one, I think, will be a barn burner. This one has potential to be either just a blowout or this one's gonna be weird. I don't know what this one's gonna be, but Teran, let's go. Let's do some flipping around. You got FIU. This one, I'm actually a coin flip on the fence, so I'm gonna go UTSA.
All right.
Let's do a coin. To me, this is a coin flip game. It really is.
I think it is too.
So screw it. Somebody's gonna win it. And Teran and I, sometimes we get in our little thing where we can't help but to pick the same teams because we know our football pretty well. But I will say sometimes it's just fun playing devil's advocate, seeing who does what. But that's it. So, all right, Teran, well, that's basically that, man. We got about 4 minutes here left in the show, and we're pretty much out of here. Let's go ahead and cue up that music. And Teran, if there's anything you want to throw at us, let us know.
I think that's pretty much it. I think we've pretty much covered everything that we needed to cover today.
Let's do it, man. Well, this is going to be a good game. I mean, we have a good day of games here taking on your TV, your household. Because if anything, guys, I'm talking to the guys out there mostly. We all know the challenge is actually watching these games sometimes. So there's me walking around with my phone. Where's my phone at? Over here, like this, walking around Target or Walmart or stores or wherever. Gotta take the life here and there, and maybe some after shopping and Christmas shopping, who knows. But I will say, watch these games as best as you can out there, everybody. These are good games, and bowl season, I'm telling you, never disappoints. I love me some bowl season stuff. All right, Teran. Well, it's been fun. We got our goal today of hitting about 45 minutes because there's really not much today, which is nice. But you're gonna have some great games today, and then of course, remember, we got our show back again tomorrow. We'll be back at 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern. Got lots to talk about for tomorrow. Really, some really good games, and we got plenty of that. So let's take a look at those actually, because I mean, again, they'll be coming up. So tomorrow we have here, what do we have, Teran? Let's take a look. Oh, we got some good ones. Again, check it out, man. We got the Go Military Bowl, Pittsburgh and ECU. We have the Bad Mowers Pinstripe Bowl, the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl, Penn State and Clemson. Oh, that's a fun one. The Wasabi Fenway Bowl, another good one there. UConn and Army. Yes, even the Yankees and the Red Sox still fight, even with bowl games. It's pretty freaking crazy. Competitive competing there. Pop-Tarts Bowl. Can't wait to see that trophy. Number 22, Georgia Tech versus number 12, BYU. That should be a fun one. The Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. One of my favorite. After last year, that's one of my favorite games. I love that game. Miami of Ohio taking on Fresno State. We have the New Mexico Bowl. Is a latte, I believe, or is it? I don't know how to say that, but Mexico Bowl, number 25, North Texas, the Mean Green, taking on San Diego State. Tax Slayer Bowl, number 19, Virginia and Missouri. And the Kid Nerds, Texas Bowl, LSU, taking on number 21, Houston. But man, we got a lot of bowl games tomorrow, Teran. The Tax Slayer Bowl, the Gator Bowl, number 19. Like I said, that Virginia taking on Missouri. And obviously, some ball games, Texans, Chargers, Ravens, Packers. We got some fun. Make sure to tune in tomorrow, man. Teran, any last thoughts?
Nope. We are just getting started when it comes to this post-Christmas football.
We got plenty of it coming, man. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it for us today. For Mr. Teran Rodriguez, from your boy Larry B, we will see you tomorrow, bright and early, 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern. Be ready. Bring your coffee. Bring something good, because we got football coming your way. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless.
Peace.